water of Lekki Port is constructed 300 meters in the water. I would like to wish all the best to Lekki Deep Sea Port project in construction and operation. I also wish the port will bring prosperity and strength to this great country and its people. I would like to once again to thank the Vice President of Nigeria for creating the enabling environment for the actualization of this project, and thank you all this morning for taking time to make this flag-off ceremony. As I said, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the Chairman of China Harbour Engineering Company, Mr. Lin Yichong. And I should also acknowledge that, of course, Chinese companies in Nigeria have a lot of work to do to help us with our construction. And their representative, the Consul General of the People's Republic of China, is with us here today. He's the one who smooths the edges on both sides. Mr. Chao Ling. You're welcome, sir. Needless to say, the Obas and Bales are major stakeholders in a project of this sort that's going to employ, in the initial stages, some 200,000 people in the immediate community. But another important partner, of course, is Lagos State. The Governor, Akumi Ambode, cannot be with us this morning as he is totally involved in the visit of the President to Lagos State. But he has ensured that his Deputy Governor, Dr. Idiat Adebule, should join us. She is actually just arriving, and though she's not quite yet in the room, I'd like to acknowledge her presence and indicate how important it is that she should be here on this occasion. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Managing Director of the company that has the responsibility to deliver this project and who has been working on it, not for all the 30 years he's been in Nigeria, but I'm sure it seems to him a lot longer. He is known as Baba Indomie to a lot of people in Africa. A lot of our children are very familiar with our product. Toleram Group Africa has 16 plants in Nigeria. They spent over $1 billion in various enterprises in Nigeria. They employ thousands of Nigerians, and this is definitely one of their more important projects. Across the road, you have one of the largest cereal manufacturing plants in the world, and that is also a Toleram Group project. So it's my great pleasure to welcome someone who, in many ways, can be called a great Nigerian for his interest and the effort he has put into Nigeria, Mr. Haresh Vaswani.
Hello everyone. As you can see, the last 30 years I've aged, so I have to use my glasses now. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, GCON, the Governor of Lagos State, represented by the Deputy Governor, Mrs. Oluranti Adibole, the Honorable Minister of Transport, Right Honorable Rotimi Amici, the Honorable Minister of Trade and Investment, Mr. Oke Enelama, the BUMSEC of Ministry of Transport, Mr. Sabiu Zakari, the Chairman of the Nigerian Port Authorities, Mr. Emmanuel Adeboye, the Managing Director of NPA, Ms. Hadiza Bala Usman, the Chairman of Toleram Group, Mr. Mohan Vaswani, the Chairman of China Harbour, Mr. Y.C. Lin, the Consul General of the Republic of China, heads of government agencies, respected Obas and Balis and members of the community, stakeholders in the maritime industry, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, and members of my Lekki Port team. Good afternoon and welcome. It is indeed with great pleasure and all sense of responsibility that I humbly welcome Your Excellency, the Vice President, to this very historic occasion of the official flag-off ceremony of the construction of the Lekki Seaport. Your Excellency, today marks a very important milestone in our journey to deliver a world-class deep sea port that would change the fortune of the country's maritime sector and serve as a very important catalyst for the economic development and general well-being of all Nigerians. This flag-off puts to rest all doubts and skeptics who did not believe this project will take off. We will ensure the completion of this project within 3 years. Lekki Port will assist to create the new industrial hub in Nigeria. Lekki Seaport is a very significant project that will contribute immensely to the growth of the Nigerian economy, creating about 170,000 direct and indirect jobs, generating almost 361 billion during the period of the concession, including over 200 billion in tax revenue for both Lagos State and the federal government. As you would have seen on your drive here, the activities that are taking place, so many small-scale retailers and business activities have already started. In our estimate, so far we have created almost 2,000 jobs just during construction itself, and we expect this to grow in the next 3 years. Because of this port, various factories have started their activities. As you have seen in your drive here, the Kellogg's, the Raffles Oil, the Insignia, Dano Milk, Dangote's petrochemical industries, all this have started because this port was being built. And all this is happening during the construction phase, so we can imagine how it will look like once this port is completed. Lekki Seaport will also support and enhance the development of various free zones in the area, thereby making Lekki the economic hub of the region. It will create an enabling environment for the business and help in furthering the national policy of improvement in the ease of doing business in Nigeria. Upon completion, Lekki Seaport would become one of the deepest seaports not only in Nigeria but also in sub-Saharan Africa, which can accommodate larger vessels, thereby making Nigeria the transshipment hub of the region. Our depth of 16.5 meters will allow ships that can take up to 18,000 TEUs to berth in the port, thereby reducing the cost of importing and eventually making the Lekki zone the most competitive production area in the region. Permit me to use this opportunity to further request and solicit the continued support of the federal government and Lagos State, the Ministry of Transport, Nigerian Port Authorities, all relevant agencies, stakeholders, and dear members of this good community to help us support to reach this project to completion. I would also like to take the permission of the Vice President to honor a very special man on this occasion. This project would not have taken off if not for the vision of this man. The man who had the vision and belief to embark on this project and who, despite all obstacles that we have endured during our journey to build this port and zone, kept pushing us up not to give up. And he said, hard work will eventually pay. I wish to recognize the love he has showered on all of us, the blessings that he keeps giving us to move on. He is none other than my uncle and chairman of the Tolaram Group. Please help me to applaud the humble Mr. Mohan Waswani. Thank you, Uncle. I would like to appreciate all our stakeholders, Lagos State, the government, NPA, as well as our strategic partners, the China Harbour Engineering Company, who are not only just the EPC contractors, but also the co-investors in this project, and members of the community. I cannot emphasize to all the Balis and the Obas of this region how helpful you have been to us and how supportive you have been to this project. For that, I thank you very much for that. And yes, I'd also like to acknowledge the team that has been behind this port. I actually prepared a long list of names, but protocol told me that this list of names is going to be longer than your speech, so I'd like to salute the Lekki Port team for all the work you've done. Lastly, I'd like to give thanks to God for allowing this moment to finally arrive. This is indeed a great day. Once again, I welcome all of you to this occasion. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Mr. Aresh Aswani, with his uncle, the chairman of Tolerant Africa Group. Thank you, sir.